Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge. You know what? There's nothing better in your life than challenging yourself every day, just a little bit. Do something that scares you just a little bit, okay? Open up your heart and expand your mind. Let's talk about why somebody should do an advanced water fasting challenge. I'm going to tell you why. You have two choices on this planet. You can either eat yourself to death like the herd, like the majority of the population. Tell me the majority of the population is not eating themselves to death. Or you can do a 6-day advanced water fast. I didn't say a water fast, I said a 6-day advanced water fast. And guess what? You can eat yourself for life, for health. Did you hear what I said? Because when you do a 6-day advanced water fast and you hit that third day, that's the third day, that's the hump day, okay? That's usually a little rougher for people to get through. So that's the day that you need to honor, respect, love, and care for yourself on that third day. But if you can make it through that third day, and you can do 4, 5, and 6, that's when you are entering into autophagy, okay, and stem cell making, and that's where miracles happen. And I said that's where miracles happen. Understand something. Only the body cures itself. Nobody can cure you of anything. And remember this, when you want to pull out the big guns, you put out the 6-day advanced water fast, and you can go longer than 6 days if you'd like. You can go shorter if it's your first time. Even just do 1 day, do a half a day. Prove to yourself that you can go without food. Prove to yourself that food is not the most high vibrational thing that you can do. Smiling is much more high vibrational than eating. And then learning what to eat is going to be really important. And this is why you should always take a look at doing the perfect day consultation. Look at, what if you had a guide? What if you had a coach? What if you had a strategy from the moment that you rise until you gently, lovingly close your eyes at night? This is what it's all about. This is what I'm about. This is what Doc of Detox is about. This is about what the New World Practitioner training is all about. We're all about training people, not treating them. You have to become your own practitioner because that's the world we live in now. Take a look. Advanced water fasting, 6-day advanced water fasting, self-love, self-care. Can you even buy into self-love? Can you even buy into self-care? There's only one law in the universe, and that's called unconditional love. And if you don't have it for yourself, how are you going to do it for anyone else? You can't give what you're not. So let's see if we can dig deep down inside, and if we can flip the table over on these people that have told us that they have authority over us, and people that tell us that we're worthless, people that tell us that the body no longer can heal. So this is it, everyone. This is the 2-week preparation. That's right. So whether you're going to be preparing and doing the perfect day diet, which we'll be going through today, or you're just going to be preparing yourself in your mind that you can actually miss a meal, maybe miss 2 meals, maybe miss 3 meals and 2 snacks or 3 snacks, who knows, right? But the reality is, I'm going to prove to you that you are much more than you've ever dreamed that you are, okay? So here we go, 6-day advanced water fasting schedule, Wednesday, July the 6th, which will be 2 weeks, okay? From today, 12 noon will be the kickoff, okay? Now that is actually the kickoff, but Wednesday morning, okay, when you wake up, okay, you will be already in your fast. When you go to bed Tuesday night, you are no longer going to be eating, okay, or mistreating yourself, okay? And then you're going to allow your body to start eating itself. Wouldn't that be cool? Because when your body starts eating itself, when you do an advanced water fast, it's eating everything that you do not want inside of yourself on an invisible and physical level, okay? And then on Friday, July the 8th at 12 p.m. Central Time, we'll do a live Q&A, and we'll do another one on Monday, July the 11th, another one on Wednesday, July the 13th, and that will be the water fast celebration. But for some of you, you're not going to do 6 days. You might do 8 days. You might do 9 days. You might do 12 days. I've had people go as long as, are you ready for this? 60 days, okay? 60 days. I'm not saying a lot of people have done it, but I'm going to tell you something, okay? We have been made to eat ourselves to death, okay? It's like food corporations step on our foot, our mouth drops open, and we eat. Do you want to know what the only animal is on this planet that eats when it's not even hungry? You got it, human beings, okay? So let's rise to our greatness, okay? Let's learn how to become in the present moment and become the light for ourselves, all right? So mark these on your calendar, all right? We're on our way. Okay, so here's some useful assets for you, okay? I want you to go to the Advanced Water Fasting 6-Day Challenge Guide that you'll find in the library. You can read it or you can watch some of the other videos if you want, okay? But please share this with other people because we can change the world, okay, with every meal that we don't eat. I'm telling you the truth. And understand something, for some of you, you've probably done water fasting, but guess what? Water fasting is very dangerous today because we need advanced water fasting. Because 75 years ago when you could do a water fast, there was no GMOs, there was no chemicals. Okay, there was no chemtrails, there was no EMF, okay? I want you just to think about it. Things have really changed. We need to support the body properly, and if we do, we will heal and we will stay healed. So useful assets, okay? Go to the docofdetoxlibrary.com and understand something. That library is the biggest self-love, self-care library you'll ever do, and it's free, all for you. So check out the Advanced Water Fasting Guide, like I said. Also check out Fasting with Calcium Ions video in the Calcium Ion Guide in the library. And you'll also see it in the Fasting Guide as well, because it's all about ions. You'll learn that very quickly in your life, that ions are what do all the communication in the body, whether it's calcium ions or infinite iodine ions. Okay, also go watch How to Become Number 1 at the Art of Number 2. Also watch Emotional Chemistry of Cancer, Disease, and Healing. Why? Well, because wouldn't it be good to know the truth about what really causes cancer and what the true cancer answer is? Okay, and if you'd like to take my masterclass, click on masterclass at docofdetox.com at the top, masterclass, and then type in Wolfe Non-Surgical and you'll get my A to Z masterclass. And now you're going to find out how the domino effect in the physical body is going to get you from what? Implants to becoming a robot. Okay, why you're going to go from medication to surgery for your whole life unless you wake up to the fact that you need to stop this domino effect. Also, if you want to learn and take the most in-depth online emotional intelligence course for the mind, for the brain, for your emotions, okay, go to docofdetox.com, click on Masterclass, and then put in Braveheart Free. And now I've just given you almost $2,000 in free masterclasses, okay? All right? Together, we can do this. I know you can do this. Opt in to love yourself and care for yourself. It's the best thing that you're ever gonna do. All right, so guess where we're gonna be? We're gonna be in McKinney, Texas, okay? We're doing a New World Practitioner training there, August the 25th to September the 15th. The Whole Life Coach starts on August the 25th to September the 2nd. Wolfe Non-Surgical is on September 4th to September 15th. We are only limiting this to 20 people. That's 20 people to be certified. And you can take just one of the courses or you can take both. And if you'd like to get more information, you can also call me at 855-900-4544, extension 5. All right, so we're also going to be in Barrie, Ontario, and from September the 24th to October the 15th. The Whole Life Coach is going to be September the 24th, goes to October the 2nd, and then the Wolfe Non-Surgical goes from October the 4th to October the 15th, and again, 855-900-4544, extension 5. You can talk directly to me. I'd love to hear from you. And understand something. Don't be shy and don't be scared, and understand this. You have what it takes to take this course to heal yourself and help to heal your family, or to become the practitioner that you've always wanted to become. Give me a call. All right, and then the next course will be in Ixtapa, Mexico, and that will be September 10th to October 2nd. September 10th to September 18th will be the Whole Life Coach, and then the Wolfe Non-Surgical, September 21st to October 2nd. All right, and here's the deal. We're going to be doing this every week, every Thursday, okay, at 5 o'clock Central Time. You can come on and you can ask me questions on courses, treatments, trainings, personal treatment and trainings where we come to you or you come to us here in Mexico, but we'll go to you anywhere in the world. We'll certify your clinic anywhere in the world. We'll come to you and teach a couple how to learn how to care for each other and how to do the Wolfe Non-Surgical. We'll teach your caretaker how to really take care of you. Understand that. Go to personaltreatmentsandtrainings.com if you want to learn more about those, or just go to Braveheart Nation if you want to learn more about the certifications. But email me at nwp@docofdetox.com and we will send you our Zoom link, and then you can join us any Thursday at 5 o'clock Central Time for all your questions. And remember, I'm on almost every Tuesday with the New World Health live Q&A where you can come on and ask your questions on Zoom as well. And it's the same Zoom link as the one that we do for Thursday night, okay? It's the same Zoom link for all of them. So please join us because you're worth it, all right? So welcome to the 6-day advanced water fasting healing. All about self-care, all about self-love. It'll be the biggest hurdle that you'll ever have in your life, because you've always been taught to love and care for everyone else, but have you truly done it for yourself? One of the most important things that you are ever going to learn is this: advanced water fasting hacks into your body's biology, unleashing your full potential to heal. You know the saying, you are what you eat? That actually applies to humans in a much broader sense. Everything we put into our bodies, our foods, our thoughts, our physical movement, all affect how we behave and what we become. Because frequency is everything. By biohacking yourself, you actually transform your body so that you feel more energized, more productive overall, and continue to be the best possible version of you. It doesn't have to involve being a mad scientist, running crazy experiments with your body. Everything you need is already within you. Now, some people will tell you that all sorts of gadgets and measurements are necessary to biohack yourself, but I prefer the good old-fashioned way, nature's way, learning the art of body talk and making small loving steps to big lifestyle changes by creating the perfect day every day. Look, check out the Perfect Day Lifestyle Guide and look at this. Here it is. This is the Perfect Day Lifestyle Guide. This is a 380-page guide, okay, that you get in a PDF form whenever you do, okay, a Perfect Day consultation. Along with that, you're gonna get lifetime support. You can call as often as you want with all your questions, because guess what? Health is an art, and it's learning a new language, and we know that we must be patient with you so that you no longer remain the patient, but you become your own practitioner, because guess what? It's in the training, not the treating. And if we can train you how to look after that beautiful mind and that beautiful body of yours, then guess what? You are the only practitioner that you'll be seeking. So understand something. Check out our Perfect Day consultation at docofdetox.com. Click on consultations. It's $150. $150 for lifetime support. You'll have your own master practitioner guiding you. Isn't that what we all need? We all need a guide, and we all need a coach. So, understand, the perfect day every day, that's what we're after. And also, you might want to check out the Braveheart 12 Loving Steps Guide and how to become number one at the art of number two. And you'll find that video in the docofdetoxlibrary.com, which is the biggest self-help, self-care library in the world, and it's all about you, and it's free. Understand something. This is the essence of biohacking, okay? Cellular biohacking. Let's stick with the things that work and ditch the ones that don't make any sense. And understand something. You're going to tell me that healthcare makes sense? There's no such thing as healthcare. It's only self-care. After all, when it comes to how your body feels, you're the owner, nobody else. You're the only one that can make yourself sick or make yourself vibrantly healthy. You were created by the Creator to create a masterpiece. You are that masterpiece. But first, you need to master your mind to master that body. Listen, Braveheart, I know that you got this. 3, 2, 1, you always have this. When you know that you can only master your thoughts, that they have to be yours. They have to be dipped in unconditional love, made by you, only by you. So let's talk about the benefits of autophagy. Right off the bat, it eliminates inflammation and pain, disease prevention, increased longevity, unleashes the Pac-Man phenomenon, and guess what? It improves all body functions. So let's talk about autophagy, which when translated means self-eating, which is the body's most amazing, life-changing detox process that your physical body can experience in order to clean and clear out diseased, mutated, and damaged cells, while at the same time regenerating new, healthy, vibrant cells. Listen, during your 6-day Doc of Detox Advanced Water Fast, the protein P53 gene is reactivated, okay, to induce autophagy. This is the key to living vibrant, healthy, and free of disease. Now understand something. The P53 gene is turned off due to high toxic environment. That's right, frequency is everything. So the things that you eat, the things that you drink, okay, Wi-Fi, cellular phones, okay, stress. This is what actually shuts down the P53 gene, and the P53 gene is actually the mechanism that turns on what? Self-death of diseases that could have been caused, but we destroy the cell that's causing it. What am I talking about? Well, we're talking about mutated cells, we're talking about damaged cells, cells that cannot repair themselves. The P53 gene will make sure that that cell kills itself and then decomposes in a proper way and carried out of the body. Listen, autophagy is when the body goes into a state of healthy decomposition. This is where your body begins to digest and eliminate any and all tissues or cells that are diseased, damaged, inflamed, aging, or already dead. Our body was designed to naturally eliminate these tissues and cells, but due to today's toxic burden, like I've already said, and the consumption of eating, there has been a communication breakdown at the cellular level. And that breakdown is actually called mitochondrial damage, and it's calcification of the mitochondria. And we're going to be talking about that later, so just buckle up. Listen, just imagine if you didn't eat anything for days, your body wouldn't have to focus on digestion. Did you know 70% of your energy is used to digest a meal? Did you also know that 3 meals a day takes as much energy as walking 10 miles? 10 miles. All that energy can now be transformed into millions of microscopic Pac-Man inside your body, eliminating all abnormal, damaged, diseased, mutated, dead cells. You heard what I just said. How phenomenal is that? This newfound energy will eliminate anything that is impure emotionally, and physically, such as any type of inferior material, toxic accumulations, tumors, abscesses, and those abnormal, unwanted fat deposits. I need you to understand something. If you've been watching my videos or listening to me talk, I go, issues in the tissues. Well, if you can't process a negative toxic emotion, then it will get stored in your tissues, and now you've got issues in your tissues. Every physical block that you have in your body was first a mental block. So you need to get this. And depending on the toxicity of that mental block will depend on how much you will become diseased. Diseased means you're not at ease, which means you're not in alignment. Look at your body and mind now has the ability to actually start rejuvenating, regenerating, and producing healthy stem cells for the only healing that would be whole body healing. So, what are the benefits of stem cell production through advanced water fasting? Well, stem cells are unique as they can develop into many different types of cells depending on what part of your body they become. Stem cells serve as your body's vital repair system. There are two main types of stem cells, embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells. Listen, our Doc of Detox Advanced Water Fast causes your stem cells to fully wake up from their naturally dormant state to their full potential, regenerating potential. Advanced water fasting quickly eliminates old damaged cells, allowing new cells to be born. This process then renews, rebuilds, and restores your immune system to its fullest potential. I think you're starting to get the picture, right? I think you're starting to get the picture that it's not what you eat, but what you don't eat and what you do while you're not eating, okay? And this is why we do an advanced water fast, not just a water fast, because that will be grueling. And I'll be talking about that as we go on. So here's the deal. We need to feed the spirit if we wish to heal the body. And there are 4 stages, okay? First of all, why does it say superconsciousness? It's wrong. 1 second. Can you go to the next slide? What's going on here? There are 4 stages of I apologize. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so they'll cut this, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. So I hope you're starting to get this. It's feed the spirit to heal the body. And there are 4 stages is, okay, restart. So I hope you're starting to get this. Feed the spirit to heal the body. And there are 4 stages to super consciousness. Now, the first stage is the majority, and that would be unconscious. Do you think I'm exaggerating about this? Tell me that the herd and the majority are not unconscious today. I mean, just sit back, connect to your breath, and be logical about this. Stage 2 is where you wake up, and now you're in the conscious moment. And then you start to understand that when every conscious moment that you have, that's where you find your power. And if you can't stay in the conscious moment, you have no power at all. You gave your power away. So you cannot heal, okay, and you cannot think properly unless you're in the present moment, because that's where everything happens. Stage 3, okay? This is where you've awoken and you understand that unconditional love for yourself and for the world and everyone else is the only way that we're going to rise and heal. And then stage 4, this only happens for 1 out of 10,000 as far as I'm concerned, but I could be wrong, is enlightenment. And just so you know, I'm still working on that. So don't think I'm sitting here telling you that I'm the enlightened one, because I'm not. But I am working on myself, and I do understand that it is one law, one love, unconditional love, or I will never get there. Okay, so the perfect day, 2-week preparation. That's where we are here today. And you don't have to prepare if you don't want, but guess what? Did you ever see a door, you try to open it up and it won't open? Because why? The hinges are so rusty. So now what we gotta do is we gotta use WD-40. Well, what is WD-40 for a 6-week advanced water fast? It is the perfect day diet. And that's what you're gonna be looking at. And you can check this out in my guide, but we will be going through it today. But I won't be going through it in great detail because it's up to you. It's up to you to go check out the 4 pillars of the perfect day in my library, from what? Emotional, to exercise, to nutraceutical, to diet. And understand something, the perfect day diet is something you want to do for this 2-week preparation, but wouldn't it be something if you did something that made you well and you kept doing it and you just stayed well? Why don't people do that? You know what people always say? Oh my God, I was feeling so good when I was doing that cleanse, and how do you feel now? Well, I feel crappy. Well, there might be a clue there. So understand something. Asleep. Well, gobble, gobble, that would be the majority of the population, and they're gonna get gobbled up, aren't they? That's right, people are getting gobbled up. They're being sold off by the pound, aren't they? Yes or no? And then the awake, well, to be awake, you'd have to learn how to fly. And that would be first, love yourself. All right, so let's talk about the difference between fasting and advanced water fasting. Well, water fasting, just water fasting, not advanced water fasting, you have only limited potential. And I just want to say this. 75 years ago, you could do an advanced water fast, but you were only trying to clear out organic material. Now you've got GMOs in you, okay? You've got chemicals in you, you've got heavy metals in you, okay? Do I need to keep going? You got glyphosate in you. Understand something, and you have all these EMFs coming at you. So when you go to do a fast, because tell me that the world, the population in the world is not sick and tired. Tell me that people's organs are not clogged up and toxic. Tell me that people aren't on the edge emotionally and physically. And I'll tell you that you're not awake yet. So the reality is if you went in and just did a water fast and you unleash all of those toxins from those chronically toxic, tired organs, and you dump that into your bloodstream, you're gonna blow your head off. That's where you're gonna have what you would call a healing crisis. But when you do an advanced water fast, you're having a healing breakthrough, not a healing crisis. And this is what you need to understand. I use 6 different products. And these products are all energy medicine nutraceuticals. They do not turn on your digestive tract. They just turn on your ability to heal and to detoxify. And they do not turn on your digestion. They bypass the Krebs cycle. So this is why advanced water fasting has unlimited potential, which you deserve. So let's talk about the 4 pillars of the perfect day. Well, I need you to go and look at that. That's in the Doc of Detox library. And go check it out. The first pillar would be whole plant-based diet. And you can eat a whole plant-based diet and get everything your body needs and understand something. Everybody has been sold off by misinformation. And now they're the inflammation nation. Pillar 2 is high frequency nutrition. I didn't say supplements, I said high frequency nutrition. I make a pledge and I will let you challenge me on any level that you want, but my nutritionals are high vibrational nutritionals, the highest that I could possibly find on this planet. Number 3 is exercise. And understand, the whole exercise community, it's wrong. They are not physically fit here to be physically fit here. And also, wait till you see the exercises. If you just do my exercises and you do nothing else, I promise you, you'll be in better shape than going to the gym. And then, let's talk about the pillar, number 4, the biggest one, emotional balance. Everything starts from the invisible to the physical. Everything starts from the psychological to the biological. Everything that was invisible becomes visible. And you're the one, you're the driver. You need to use your imagination to create wonderful, beautiful thoughts, to create what? Proper emotions that create proper frequencies, that dump proper chemicals and hormones so that you heal, so that you don't break down like everybody else. So imagination is everything. Your thoughts are everything. So what we want to do is create the perfect day each and every day. So strategy is everything. Why is strategy everything? Well, those who fail to plan to fail. And the deal is that like I told you about the rusty hinges on the door, you're not going to try to open up the door if you've got rusty hinges, you'll break it. So what is the lubrication to the 6-day advanced water fast? And I'm not telling you that you need to do this. I'm just trying to tell you that it's like, do your homework, do it right, you'll get more out of it. A lot of people will just go into the 6-day advanced water fast and never do the perfect day diet, but at least take a look at it. Okay, so go to the 4 pillars, okay, of the perfect day in my library and take a look at the whole plant-based diet. You know, we're talking about 2 blender drinks a day. We're talking about 2 large salads a day, but I need you to dive into it because if you're not interested, you're not going to do it. We can spoon feed people, but wait a minute, isn't that what we've been doing already, spoon feeding people? And that's why 92% of the population is overweight now, 60% of the population is obese, because we've been spoon feeding them and not allowing them to take massive personal action to do it for themselves. So take a look at the perfect day diet, and then you might want to do it for the 2 weeks, or maybe you just want to do it for a few days or try it out, or maybe you don't want to do it at all and just jump into the 6-day advanced water fast, but that's up to you. So then I'd like you to go and take a look at the 4 pillars of the perfect day at High Frequency Nutraceuticals. Walk through there, and then you can go into the Perfect Day Guide and you can read about the products. You can go to my store, and on my store you can read about every product that we're talking about, okay? Then let's talk about, moving on here, High Frequency Nutraceuticals, and then we're going to look at energy medicine and exercise. So now take a look at the 3rd pillar, exercise and energy medicine. We're going to be walking through these in a few minutes, but just remember, go back to the Perfect Day 4 Pillars Guide in my library. All right, so the last one and most important one is emotional balance. Now we're just going to talk about the 4 pillars of emotional balance right now. The 4 main pillars. We have 12 Braveheart loving steps, but let's just talk about the 4 main ones. Number one, smile without reason. Leave smiles wherever you go and find out how your life changes. Do the lion heart breathing, which is 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, throughout the day as often as you can remember, because breath is everything. Connect yourself to source. And also remember something, the deeper and the more passionate your breath is, the more life that you'll put into your body. And get yourself some Love Band Life Bands. If you don't want to purchase them from our store, then wear hair bands. We're going to be talking about that as well. And then the last one, do the personal or couples connection, okay? And also do the mirror work. So let's take a look. So you can see where Drake was actually doing a personal connection in the mirror. And he was quoting the Braveheart quote, or he was just looking into his eyes and telling himself that he would love, protect, respect, and honor himself, okay, all day long. And this is how you start your day. This is how you end your day. Okay, and then you see Sage and Tara, and they are doing the couples connection, where they look in each other's eyes, connect to the lion heart breath, and they look deep into their eyes, and they do it for 10 minutes. Okay, they don't scratch their nose. They make sure that they've gone to the bathroom. They make themselves as comfortable as possible. This is what you call a deep connection. Because understand something, once we go inside and we find out that there is only beauty in there, there isn't the horror, there isn't the worthlessness, there isn't the shame, there isn't the guilt. This is just an illusion. So whether you're doing the mirror work one-on-one with yourself, or you're doing couples connection where you're looking at each other and really connecting for the first time in your life at that deep level. So let me read you the Braveheart oath here. I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself, first and foremost, before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I'm healed, I am Braveheart. All right, so let's move on. Can I exercise while on an advanced water fast? Yes, you can exercise while doing an advanced water fast. When doing an advanced water fast, it is better to focus on light movement and stretching with belly button therapy and clapping. Guys, this is so powerful, okay? You can also do the 4 pelvic activation squats, crab stretch, and the pelvic enhancer. And listen, to learn more on how to lengthen and strengthen, go to my DIY guide, otherwise do-it-yourself guide, at docofdetox.com, and then click on library. If you own or have access to an Avicen or a Bioptron, then use it often during the advanced water fasting. Okay, and if you want to know more information on that, please go to Energy Medicine Guide at docofdetox.com and then click on library, everybody. And watch the videos, because these videos are leading in energy medicine, okay? And look what the experts have to say today about energy medicine. You do know that Einstein said that energy medicine would be the future, but you do also know that the human body is the greatest energy medicine device once you learn that frequency is everything, okay? Your most important goal to self-healing and staying healed is to increase the flow of blood, lymph, and energy, because this is the only way to improve your circulation and flow on all levels to reduce inflammation, increase dopamine, serotonin, and endorphin levels. Come on. Happy equals healthy. Get off the pain train and retrain your brain and understand that burning calories is not your goal while on the advanced water fast, because you are not eating any food. Our focus is to stimulate these feel-good neurotransmitters with good vibrations, such as high vibrational thoughts, lengthen and strengthen exercises like belly button therapy, clapping, lion heart breathing, Avicen, Bioptron, okay? Vitamin D, light therapy with crystal energy, okay? So go to the 4 pillars of the perfect day, like I said before, and go into my library and please go through these 4 pillars. All right, so let's talk about perfect day essential steps, okay? Before, during, and even after the 6-day advanced water fast. Understand something. Those things that make you well are those things that are going to keep you well. So please get that mindset that what gets you well will keep you well. So start adding things into your life and don't just get rid of it all. Like I told you before, people go, oh my God, I can't believe how I felt when I was doing that advanced water fast. And then guess what? They stop everything. And then they go back to their old personality. If you're not going to change your personality, you're not going to change your reality. All right, let's move on. So here's the deal. I want you to wake up and drink 16 ounces to 32 ounces of warm to hot structured water. And understand something, just so you know, I'm not going to get into it in detail, but you can go into my Healthy to 100 book, okay, and read about it. Or you can go and you can watch the videos in my library on structured water. But structured water is what nature makes. Okay, structured water is rainwater. That's why it can fall onto the ground, even though it's full of heavy metals and chemicals, and not hurt the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, and the microorganisms. Structured water is everything. Before Kangen, before filtered, before Berkey, before ozone, okay, before distilled, before reverse osmosis. Okay, it's got to be structured. And I need you to understand that. Please do your homework. So the first thing we're going to do, and we're not just going to do it during the 2-week preparation. We're not just going to do it during the 6 days of the 6-day advanced water fast, but we're going to try to build these things into our life. So wake up and drink 16 ounces to 32 ounces of warm to hot structured water. Now, you can do this during your preparation, okay, if you feel that you have problems with elimination, but I'd rather you did the daily cleansing tea during the 14-day preparation before the 6-day advanced water fast. Now, when you're doing the 6-day advanced water fast, this is when you're going to kick in the salt. So like I said, wake up and drink 16 ounces to 32 ounces of warm to hot structured water. Mix 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of high quality salt. Okay, it could be Redmond's, real salt, Himalayan salt, or sea salt. Now, the reason why I said one tablespoon, because is when I do water fasting, I will put a whole tablespoon into 32 ounces. Only start with a teaspoon, see how you feel. It might be too reactive on you. You don't want to get loose stool or diarrhea. Just start off with a level teaspoon and start off with 16 ounces of water, and then you'll find your way. Just be patient and remember something, okay? Stop thinking and start feeling your way through, and that would be your instinct, right? So drink warm to hot structured water throughout the day, and you can flavor your structured water with essential oils such as lemon lift, orange burst, or super cinnamon, because all of these are infection fighters, immune builders. They make your water taste good. They are high frequency nutraceuticals that will actually give you more energy, and that's what it's all about. And they will actually make your water taste good. So when you're on the 6-day advanced water fast, it'll take away your urge to eat. And especially super cinnamon, if you do super cinnamon, it will actually balance your blood sugar levels, and you can be a diabetic and actually do super cinnamon. Okay, so understand that, and it'll actually cut your insulin levels back. That's right. It'll taste sweet, but it will not upset you. It'll balance you. Okay, so those of you who have sugar cravings, maybe the super cinnamon is the way to go because it'll cut that down. You'll have a better chance of making it through the 6-day or longer water fast, or shorter, depending on who you are and what you think you're capable of. Also, eliminate alcohol, caffeine, and all other stimulants. Never allow yourself to become dehydrated. That is really important, everybody. And you want to drink a minimum of 3/4 of an ounce for every pound you weigh. Always use a large stainless steel or glass container, never plastic. And it is better to drink gradually and continually. Do not guzzle. So let's talk about a good night's sleep, okay? Because that is what's going to help you with your perfect day. And you need this while you are going through the 6-day advanced water fasting. Make sure you get your rest. Everybody, you have to honor your sleep, okay? So number 1, hour of power is first thing in the morning and last thing at night. And what am I saying? Well, that's where you give yourself time to meditate, to exercise, to make sure that you are on track with everything, getting your mindset in the right way. So, hour of power before bed, you want to do the Lionheart breathing, you want to do belly button therapy, okay? And remember something, when you get up in the morning, okay, you're going to sun gaze every morning, okay, for 10 to 20 minutes if possible. Because when you sun gaze in the morning, guess what? When the sun is just coming up, it'll make the melatonin that you need so that you have a beautiful sleep that night. And avoid caffeine completely during the 6-day advanced water fast. Also, get yourself a pelvic expander, okay? Or at least go into my do-it-yourself guide and learn how to do the pelvic squats, the crab stretch, okay? Definitely, like I said, belly button therapy, Lionheart breathing before bed, and arising in the morning as well to set the pace. No drinking after 7 p.m. because we don't want to have to get up and urinate. We want a beautiful sleep. Avoid bright light, blue light after sunset. Shut down all electronics and phones. Wind down always, please. Try to wind down by 9 p.m. Begin your hour of power with Lionheart breathing, belly button therapy, and frankincense and CBD in the belly button. We'll be talking about that in a little bit here. And also, if you have an Avicin, please use that before you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning to put yourself into a parasympathetic state. Keep your room as dark as possible. If you need, use a sleep mask. Have your room cool to cold. If trouble sleeping, use Doc of Detox Mag Infusion or our THC, okay, or CBD. And understand something, step by step, learn to take your power back because everybody needs their sleep. Everybody needs their rest, okay? And remember something, the more calmer you stay in the day, the more aligned you are in the day, and the less you react to things during the day, the more calmer you're going to be at night. Okay, so stay connected to that Lionheart breathing and do belly button therapy whenever you can think about it or whenever you need to do it to pull yourself back into that parasympathetic state. So, can I do extended water fast if I am on any medication? If you're on medication, consult with your healthcare practitioner who prescribed you the medication before starting any advanced water fast. With most medications, fasting is not an issue, but it can be a problem with steroids, blood thinners, or certain prescriptions for diabetes. If you are on prescription drugs, it is advisable to be supervised. If you stop taking your prescribed medication for advanced water fast, we strongly suggest you are monitored by the physician who prescribed you the medication in the first place. Listen, be wise and do everything properly. Okay, advanced water fasting is very powerful, but please again check with your practitioner who actually prescribed you the medication. Okay, so how long can I safely do an advanced water fast? With advanced water fasting, it is important to take the physical and emotional state of each individual person into consideration. Listen, whether you believe this or not, the condition a person is in here is more important than the condition they're in right here. Advanced water fasting is not dangerous though. It just needs to be respected because of its unprecedented healing powers. Many people have fasted for more than 40 days without issues. But as we always say, taking gentle baby steps is how you create the perfect day and a successful life. Don't bite off more than you can chew and then go, I'm never doing that again. Don't ruin something that could be the most beautiful thing in your life. Please consult with your perfect day consultant, okay, as often as you need to get the support that you need to for the best advanced water fasting program for you. Okay, so let's talk about it. So when we do advanced water fasting, we've already talked about this. Structured water is the way. Structured water will hydrate the body 1,000% better than any other water. I know that sounds crazy because a structured water unit takes no electricity, no batteries, never breaks down, never wears out. You can pour anything through it, any type of liquid through it. You can pour tap water through it and fill up your sink, and that structured water will actually purify your fruits and vegetables. So understand something. Every structure unit that we sell, we give you a 90-day money-back guarantee that we are right about this. That the water that goes through a structure unit, even though you haven't filtered it, you are protected against the bacteria, the heavy metals, and the chemicals. And I know that sounds crazy, but understand, frequency is everything. Okay, so let's talk about products to support advanced water fasting. We already mentioned them a little bit, and that would be Orange Burst, Super Cinnamon, and Lemon Lift. You can put 1 to 2 drops in your stainless steel or glass container, give it a little shake, drink that throughout the day. It's gonna curve your appetite, okay? It's gonna lift your energy up. It's gonna disinfect things in the body, but guess what? When you do the Super Cinnamon, it balances your blood sugar levels, and also with doing these essential oils, it makes your body feel like you're taking in food, because the reason why people can't stop eating, it's more psychological than it is biological. So, healing breakthroughs, okay? Let me talk about those. Now, what people say is, I'm having a healing crisis. Well, you're not gonna have healing crisis, and if you do, it will be so minimal on a 6-day advanced water fast. Go ahead and do a water fast, or go ahead and do any type of cleanse that isn't the way that we do it. And yes, you're gonna have headaches and sore muscles, aches, pains. You're gonna have diarrhea. You may have vomiting. You may have fevers. You'll just feel achy and miserable all over. But if you follow the rules that we said, you can make this a beautiful trip. Now, I just want to talk about this. People have never heard it before, but here's the deal. First of all, when you have inflammation, pain, swelling, and stiffness in the body, okay, all right, this can happen when your body is trying to get rid of things. So this is why it's very important that you drink lots of hot water, structured water, and you follow the rules, because guess what? Hot water cleans better than cold water. And if I only had 1 cup of water to clean this whole room, I probably couldn't clean it. But if I use a bucket, chances are I'm gonna do it. So it's very important that you understand that. Now, let's talk about therapeutic vomiting and diarrhea. You could get diarrhea for a day, maybe 2, but if you're on the program properly, okay, you're not gonna have it. If you do get diarrhea, cut back on the salt water in the morning, okay? So, because you don't want your stool to be looser. Next thing is, okay, if you feel sick to your stomach, it's called therapeutic vomiting. And understand something, I'm gonna tell you about it. You don't have to do it this time, but I have people that, did you ever say this to yourself? You make me sick to my stomach. Okay, I make myself sick to my stomach. Okay, I can't digest that. All right, my stomach's in knots. Okay, look, I'm going to tell you something. Most of that is emotional. Yes, we eat incorrectly. We don't food combine properly. We overeat. We get too many chemicals in there. We eat when we're stressed out, so then we don't digest our foods, and that causes inflammation, mucus congestion in our stomach. But understand something. I'm going to tell you what therapeutic vomiting is. So if you start to feel really nauseous, whether you're doing fasting or not, you can do this. Understand that. Whether you're doing advanced water fasting or you're just going through your regular life, okay, and you feel sick to your stomach, or you feel like you're getting the stomach flu, remember something. If that flu gets into you past your stomach, you're going to have to live with it for a lot longer. But if you feel sick or nauseous to your stomach, as long as you don't have any food in your stomach, We don't want to have food in our stomach and do therapeutic vomiting. What you're going to do is you're going to get 3 glasses with about 16 ounces of structured water, if possible, structured water. And you're going to make sure they're warm to hot, and you're going to have them sitting on the counter. You're going to be in the bathroom, make it comfortable, put a pillow on the floor. You're by the toilet, you have the lid up. You're going to drink your first 16 ounces of hot water. Remember, your stomach is completely empty or pretty well empty, but you feel nauseous, you feel sick, you want to do a therapeutic vomiting. You're going to drink the 16 ounces of water, then you're going to take your hand and you're going to go underneath the left side of your ribs. That's where your stomach is. You're going to wiggle that. You're going to wiggle it because you want and what you want to do when you drink that warm to hot water, you want to drink enough water that you feel that your stomach is about 60% full of water, because you don't want it completely full, because you want it to swish and slosh around to start cleansing. So you could go 10 minutes or even 15 minutes doing this, okay? So really get in there. You'll know when you start to really loosen stuff up on an emotional and physical level, because your mouth will start to water, or you'll start to feel that feeling that you feel like you want to throw up. So if you have a massager, a hand massager, or a vibrator, you can put that underneath your ribs as well and just vibrate the stomach to really just swash things around. If I had a jar and I filled the jar up about 60% full of water and I went like this, that's how I'm going to rinse it, right? Well, you just need to think about that, because we need to clean out our stomach and people don't do that. So therapeutic vomiting is so powerful. You know, the most important things to clean are your stomach and your large intestine. And then once you've cleaned your large intestine, then you can go in and clean your liver. But people will try to clean their liver before they clean their large intestine. But if you don't clean your stomach out, because understand something, your stomach was actually the guard dog for protecting you against bad bacteria and viruses. That hydrochloric acid was supposed to kill everything. But what if you had a lot of mucus in there? What if you had a lot of emotional stress in there? What if your hydrochloric acid wasn't being made properly, okay, or you were feeling sick to your stomach all the time? Well, it would be time for therapeutic vomiting. So then what you're going to do is you're going to drink that 16 ounces. You're going to do the vibration with your hand, right, wiggling it, or you're going to use the massager. And you might be doing that for 5 minutes, or you might be doing it up to 10 or 15 minutes. And then what are you going to do? You're going to take 3 fingers. You're going to put the 3 fingers in the back of your throat. Then what's going to happen? You're going to just move your fingers a little bit at the back of your throat, tickle it a little bit, and guess what? It's coming up. Now, you know how people hate hate vomiting? Well, I would too. When I used to get sick and vomit, the hydrochloric acid would come and burn my throat, burn my lungs. And if you were to do that, like people who have like a hiatal hernia or they have heartburn, those people are actually going to create heart disease. They could create esophageal cancer. Okay, they could create lymph problems in the neck. Listen, they can cause lung problems. So understand, that's way different. When you did that 16 ounces of warm to hot water, and you can do more if you think you need it. You can do less than 16 ounces, but we're looking for about 60% full in that stomach. When you do that, you will never burn your throat. You'll never burn your mouth. You will never ever feel anything. You know when you threw up before and the hydrochloric acid, you had a headache. Well, if you have a migraine headache, after you do therapeutic vomiting, the way I just said, the migraine goes away. And if it didn't go away, it means you need to maybe do it the 2nd time or the 3rd time. But you're going to put the 3 fingers in the back of your throat, you're going to hold them there, and guess what? It's just going to go. And it's all going to come out. Now, it may come out clear the first time, but you're going to go, oh my God, I feel better. And then you're going to go, but I still feel a little bit nauseous here. So then you're going to go in maybe the 2nd time, and maybe you'll go in the 3rd time. But once you finish therapeutic vomiting, then you're going to go and lay down for anywhere for 20 minutes to 45 minutes, and I promise you when you get up, you're going to go, I haven't felt this good in a long time. Now, you may not believe me, but I have people that will do it 3 days to 5 days in a row because they have made themselves sick to their stomach with their beliefs and the way they eat all their life. So understand something. This is not about bulimia. This is not about being someone sick in their mind doing it. Understand something. I put this together when I was younger, in my 20s, and I used to get migraines, okay, and I was already into natural health. I tried everything to get rid of them, and I used to get stressed and feel sick to my stomach, and then I put this therapeutic vomiting together, and I've had tens of thousands of people do this and understand something. They tell me that it changes their life. I'm not telling you to do it, but you might want to consider it. Okay? All right. So, and then you're going to find when you do therapeutic vomiting, it's like, oh wow, the pain in my toe's gone. The pain in my hand is gone. Okay? My headache's gone. Oh wow, my sinuses have cleared up. You're going to be surprised, because remember something, if you don't have a healthy stomach, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. All right. So, products to support your advanced water fast. Okay, so understand something. When we do Wolfe Non-Surgical, we use a product called DMSO gel and DMSO cream. The gel is used on all the joints in the body. It's used on scar tissue in the body, fibroids. It can be used on even tumors. It can be used on bunions. It can be used where there was surgery, where the scar tissue was tougher, because the DMSO gel is stronger than the DMSO rose-scented cream. So DMSO is made from trees, and only use a very little bit. I want you to just gentle baby steps, whatever you do. Just use a little bit of DMSO, and then if you've got a pain somewhere, rub the DMSO on the area, okay? And then see how that feels. And then you can also try, if you don't think it's deep enough, then what you're going to try is you're going to try our Pain Away essential oil. That's the strongest one for pain in the body. And what you do is you can take 1 or 2 drops and then rub that on top of the DMSO. Try 1 drop to begin with, and if it feels too hot and too much energy, then don't mix the DMSO and the essential oils together. Do them separately, but you could do DMSO on a joint or somewhere that there's lack of circulation, and only do smaller areas. You're not going to do like your whole leg. Okay, so just smaller areas, and you're going to use DMSO, like I said, the gel on the joints and the tougher scar tissue areas like bunions and things of that nature. Then you can do the DMSO 3 times a day to 5 times a day. Just go slowly, and if it starts to get red, then you know you want to back off because it's getting the circulation going. But DMSO is like a solvent, and it goes in and it melts crystallization, helps to loosen up scar tissue, and it gets the circulation going. And like I said, it's made from pine trees. That's it. Now, so the Pain Away essential oil, let me tell you something. If you've got a pain somewhere and it's driving you crazy, then you put the essential oil, the Pain Away, on every 5 to 10 minutes. And guess what? It's going to go away. You might even put it on and layer it on every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to keep putting it on, because the vibration will help the circulation, and it will get rid of the pain, because where there's pain, where there's swelling, where there's stiffness, where there's redness, there's a block. And if you increase the circulation, you get rid of the block. I hope you understand that. Now, Muscle Restore, okay, is for when you want tissue healing. So pain is for the Pain Away, Pain Away is for pain. Muscle Restore is more for tissue healing. Like after you've had like Wolfe Non-Surgical, or after you've done clapping, you would, and using your clapper. Where's that? All right, here's the clapper. So let's say after I do my clapper, if I felt a lot of pain, which you shouldn't, then just use Muscle Restore. Now, the peppermint is amazing. You want to put peppermint on the bottom of your feet every morning, and it stimulates you. It makes you feel good, and it awakens you. When you put peppermint on your feet at night before you go to bed, it'll help you to sleep. And guess what? If you've got painful feet, okay, and they ache, you put about 6 to 8 drops, and you put that on the bottom of your feet, okay? And then after you're done, it's still on your hands, just go and take 1 or 2 breaths of it. Don't touch your nose, and take of the peppermint, and then rub the last of it on the back of your scalp here, okay? And then just go to bed. Or you can do this throughout the day. You don't have to be going to bed, but it's a really good thing to do before bed. Now, frankincense, okay, that's the world's most purest, strongest frankincense. We carry frankincense, but I put the frankincense there for you to see. What people will do in this case, whether if they feel they really want to bring up their immune system, they'll put 1 drop of frankincense under their tongue, 1 drop every hour or every 2 hours, okay? And if it's a lower body problem, if it's an upper body problem, they'll put a drop on the tongue and touch the roof of their mouth, and they'll do that once every hour, every 2 hours. You can also take the frankincense And after you do belly button therapy, okay, after you do your belly button therapy, which I'll be talking about, what we do is we have people put 1 to 2 drops of frankincense and then 1 to 2 drops of CBD oil in to actually trigger 50 to 70,000 nerve endings for healing. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Now you can see that also in my do-it-yourself guide about the belly button therapy. I won't be showing it today, but that's where you would go to learn how to do it, okay? Now, you can also take, let's say you have a situation where you have some tissue that is mutating, some tissue that is kind of, you're leery about. You could use, on the more gentle areas of the body, the rose-scented DMSO cream, and then just put a couple drops of the frankincense with the DMSO and then massage. Or you can use the frankincense if the DMSO cream is if you want to be just more soothing to the area, you would use C60 MCT oil and mix that with a little bit of frankincense, 2 or 3 drops with that. And then let's say if it was a breast problem or it was a skin problem, you could massage that area. So just remember that the DMSO rose-scented cream is for tender areas, like it could be around your face or neck or your breasts or the more muscle tissue areas, where the DMSO is mainly for the joints and the scar tissue areas, or the areas that you really feel you need deeper penetration. And make sure you wash your hands every time you're done. If you get the DMSO in your eyes, it will burn, okay? All right, so let's move on, okay? So black diamond crystals, okay. So first of all, just know this, that our black diamond crystals come in a 2-ounce container, or they come in sticks for traveling. Some people just like using the sticks. Just know that this is the world's only heavy metal free nanohumic fulvic. Now when I say heavy metal free, it's almost undetectable, but understand there's heavy metals in everything, but our filtration is the only non-chemical filtration that gives you the purest humic fulvic in the world, and it really does. Now the humic fulvic is used because it delivers 60 to 70 micronutrients to your blood, to your tissues, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier. You heard what I said. And it doesn't turn on your digestive tract. That's the key. So if it could go in, if something could go in and deliver 60 to 70 micronutrients to your cells, whether it's in your blood, whether it's in your tissues, whether it's crossing into the brain, and then when it gets in there, it can actually hold 300 to 400% of its weight in heavy metals, acidity, and chemicals. All right? And it actually neutralizes what we would call viruses. And that was actually a study that was done. Okay? So it also helps to balance the pH and everything like that. So let's talk about our Doc of Detox fulvic acid. Oh, and let me just go back about the black diamond. So the black diamond crystals, people will usually, if money is a situation, just, take 1/3 of a stick or 1/3 of the scoop and just put that into a large container, like a liter of water, warm structured water, or if you can't get structured water, use filtered. But the reality is you want to try to drink black diamond, and you don't have to put a lot in your water. You'll decide taste and affordability and then how you're feeling, and just put a little bit in everything through your drinks throughout the day. And you can add it to everything, okay, that you drink. Now the Doc of Detox fulvic acid, because when we talked about the black crystals, the black diamond crystals, the only reason why you can do them, they have humic and fulvic in them, is because they're nano. We cannot do our Doc of Detox humic acid liquid because it would turn on the digestive tract. But our Doc of Detox fulvic acid liquid, you can do it. Now all you're going to do is, some people do up to, like when they're fasting, is 1 teaspoon 3 times a day, and let's say 1 liter to 1.5 liters of water. But then let's go by how we feel. Don't go by what I'm saying. Everything is about how you're feeling. And remember, if you haven't got a perfect day consult, you might want to get one, so that you can rely on a coach and a guide and one person who understands you. And if not, feel free to call me anyways. Call our 800 number, and my extension of 5 if you don't get somebody, and we are going to answer your questions, okay? So with the fulvic acid, we've talked about that. And again, our fulvic acid is the purest of what is out there. All right, now let's move on to calcium ion therapy. So first of all, let me just say this. Calcium supplementation is not good. There isn't any good supplementation. The only true calcium product in the world is calcium ion therapy. And if you don't believe me, then here's one of the reasons why you should believe me, is that we can't even have you buy this on our store. You got to call in to get it. And it is pure, it's non-toxic, has no toxic side effects. The FDA makes a hurdle that you have to call in to purchase this, okay? And that's, I'm telling you right now, that calcium ions carry on about 90% of all cellular communication in the body. And if you go into the our library and go into the Ionic Calcium Guide, we do a video on every autoimmune disease, and we talk about why this is the only ionic calcium product in the world, and why ions are the masters of everything. They perform 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes every second of the day. And as you get older, those ions become depleted in the body. So, if Merigen is the strongest one that people will use, Alzagen is for Alzheimer's, Dentagen is for jaw problems and teeth, Cardigen is for joints, Megagen is where people are completely healthy and they never want to have osteopenia, osteoporosis. They want pH balance in their blood and in their cells. Ozo Junior is for children under 12. But understand this, that when you take Merigen, okay, it's the only product that has to be taken alone. And when you do take Merigen, or you take Alzagen or Dentagen or Cardigen while on this program, it never turns on your digestive tract, just like the other products. It bypasses the Krebs cycle. Okay, it brings up your energy, helps to bring the bone calcium back in. It helps to balance the pH in your cells and in your blood. And like I said, it does 120,000 different hormonal and chemical processes every second. Now, that product, what you'd be doing if you're 150 pounds, you'd be doing 1 teaspoon, or there's a little scoop, 1 scoop in 16 ounces of water. Let's say if you weighed 100 pounds, then you would do only 2/3 of a teaspoon, and then you would also only do 2/3 of the water. So you would do it for the weight. And you can do up to 4 times a day, but doing it twice a day is amazing. But if you have a chronic situation, remember something. If you got a 20-foot hole, I don't want to give you a 10-foot ladder, so feel free to call us or get your perfect day consult, okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, so here's something that I want you to understand. It's called IGF-1. We have it in 25,000 and 300,000. Now, IGF-1, we have the only liposomal IGF-1 on the market, which means that when you put it under your tongue and you hold it there for anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes, it is totally taken in through the saliva, in through the mouth, and it is broken down, so it will never turn on your digestive tract. But understand something. When you were in your 20s, when you had that energy, that vital energy force, and you felt like you were rocking the world, you had human growth hormone that went into your liver that was turned into IGF-1 that gave you that tone in your muscles, that tone in your brain, okay? It gave you that clear thinking. It gave you that abundant energy, okay? This is what we're going to give you in IGF-1. I take IGF-1 300,000. I do it 3 times a day. And understand something. If you want to feel like you were when you were in your 20s and early 30s, you do IGF-1. If you're older, do IGF-1 300,000 3 times a day like we say, and then give me a call. My extension is 5. It's going to blow your mind. Now, if you stop taking IGF-1, then you're not going to feel it, because remember, your body was making IGF-1 throughout the day, every day for you to give you that energy. But it doesn't just do that. It also lays down your bone matrix in your body properly, and that's what happens when the IGF-1 goes and it starts to go down, your bone structure starts to go. But guess what else it does? It balances your hormones. Guess what else it does? It also causes communication in your cells and works along with the calcium ions. These two things together are mind-blowing for the bones, for the cells, for your energy. You'll feel it, you'll see it. And even if you just do it during the 6-day advanced water fast, That's going to give you the energy to heal. Because remember something, here's the deal. When you get to the third day of the advanced water fast, your digestive tract completely shuts down. Do you know how much energy your body's going to be using to go in there to detoxify? Well, guess what IGF-1 does? It restores everything. So it's going to help you not have any healing crisis. You're going to have energy and you're going to be able to go through it smooth. But at the same time, I want you to respect yourself and at least do maybe a 10-minute little lay down, or close your eyes for 10 minutes twice a day. Or if you feel like you're getting scattered, sit down, close your eyes, pray, meditate, or just be calm, connect to your lion heart breathing. But understand, IGF-1, there's nothing like it on the planet. We have the best one in the world. The 25,000 is for people that are younger, people that feel they just need that extra little boost. But if you're looking for the ultimate potential of your body without burnout, because this is not a stimulant, this is a regenerant, okay? Check it out. Okay, let's move on. So the world's only non-toxic theta, iodine, and iodide. What's the difference between infinite iodine and iodide? Well, infinite iodide goes directly to your thyroid and parathyroid to heal them, to heal the tissue, to create balance and support. The infinite iodine, when you spray that 5 sprays in the back of your throat, it will disinfect, okay? It will disinfect a virus in 15 seconds. And then whatever iodine's left over goes to your thyroid. How many people know that whether you're pregnant, okay, for yourself and for the baby, you need iodine every day? How many people know that children need iodine every day and that every adult needs iodine every day? It's something that we cannot go without. So iodide will help to reestablish the thyroid. Iodine will go in and disinfect and help the thyroid. So if you've got a thyroid problem, you want to look at taking infinite iodide along with a little bit of infinite iodine, okay? So just know this, you've got Lugol's iodine, you've got Nacean iodine, you've got other iodines, but they're not pure. And if you take too much of those iodines, you can blow your thyroid out. There is no toxic dose of our iodine. It's theta iodine, which is what? Well, theta is 1,000 times smaller than pico. Pico is 1,000 times smaller than nano, and nano is 10,000 times smaller than colloidal. So you want to check out our iodine, and you can also use it externally. And if you see the 16-ounce bottle there, this is for people that come to us with very bad chronic illnesses, all the way to things like breast cancer, that we do a supportive program so that they can afford to do the iodine they need to help their body heal them. People need to call my extension 5, and then I discuss their situation. They need to get a perfect day consult. If they get a perfect day consult, then we will put them on a special infinite iodine program after they talk to me. But all of these products can be taken while you're doing the 6-day advanced water fast, and you will never turn on your digestive tract. You will just turn on your healing. So the next I want to talk about is Ormus. Ormus minerals. Now, we have changed our formula in Ormus minerals. It is darker now because it has more minerals in it, much more minerals in it. So please, if you took it before, just know that we have brought up the quality of our Ormus minerals, and it works on a mental and emotional balancing of your body. Let me tell you something. I have somebody who, you would probably know this person. She is very popular in North America. She'll buy 10 bottles at a time from us, and she says that it helps her with her energy, her emotional balance, because she has a very high stressful life. Until she had this, she would be down with headaches. She would be down, she said, for a few days every month because she would burn out. So Ormus Minerals is taken for that emotional and mental balance, for energy, and you can do it if you're on the 6-day advanced water fast or not. Okay? So check that out as well, and you follow the dosage that's actually on the bottle. And that's why I say if you get a perfect day consultant, then they will help to guide you, or you can just give us a call if you need us. Now, Super Silver Nano Solution and Gel. Okay, first of all, Super Silver can also be taken during the protocol, okay, during the 6-day advanced water fast. Now here's the deal. So let's say I'm a person and I've got stomach upset, or I've been known to have things, viruses or bacterial problems or fungal problems. You know, I could take, like if you see the 32-ounce bottle, you could take a full cap of that, and you can do that a few times throughout the day. And you could drink that because it's a nano silver. There's no toxic value. You could drink that whole 32 ounces. Nobody's going to go blue here, just so you understand that. Okay, so you could take a cap of that, and you could do that a few times a day if you felt you needed it. Okay, you can also do the silver bullet and spray it into your eyes. You can also put it into your ears. Okay, and we also use the silver bullet gel, which is 20 times stronger than the liquid, and I'll be talking about that. We use it as rectal infusions and also vaginal infusions. I know what you're thinking, but gosh, you know what? It's totally amazing. People have no idea. Why don't you start doing things that people don't do that actually work instead of doing what most people do and it doesn't work? You might want to give that a thought. So if you've got lung problems, sinus problems, okay, if you want to get across the blood-brain barrier, if you want to clean up your lungs, or if you just want to have the best lungs ever, you can take and you can actually nebulize the silver bullet liquid solution, okay? All right? And a lot of people will take the silver bullet solution and also take our bright eyes that you can put, that fulvic that you can put in your eyes. It's the only fulvic you can put in your eyes in the world is our bright eyes. But you can take them 50-50 and you can nebulize that to clean your lungs out, because the silver solution goes in and it creates an environment that bugs can't live in. It's nature's natural antibiotic. And then the actual fulvic, if you want, the actual fulvic nanodrops, which you see right here on the slide, okay, with the silver 50-50, you can nebulize that as well. And that'll help too, because the fulvic goes in and picks up heavy metals, grabs acidity, okay, all right, and it also drops off what? Micronutrients into your cells, all right? So it's really great. Okay. Now, if you move on, you can see that you can actually take infinite iodine as well. You take 1 part iodine, and you take 3 parts distilled water or structured water, and you mix those together, and then you can nebulize that. I'm not even going to tell you, I can't even tell you how powerful this is for people with lung problems, and the worst lung problems that you can think about. And when you start nebulizing, when you do nebulize, if you nebulize, and let's say I go like this, and I take just a little breath in through my sinuses, okay, and I go, well, guess what? Just take little breaths. You want to take this with you, you can take it in the car, you can take it to work. You want to just take a little breath that you can feel a little itchiness, and then keep doing it often, and guess what? In a few days, those lungs that were weak, that were congested, that were irritated, you'll be doing this. Watch. I got this, okay? And you're going to be able to really take it in. But at the beginning, like any detox program, don't try to detox too fast, okay? Let's move on. All right, so the next one is, again, the ionic calcium therapy. Did you know that you can nebulize Merigen, you can nebulize Alzagen, Dentagen, Cardigen, Megagen? But the Merigen is the strongest of all of them, okay? If you were, and you can, when you go to do this, what you're going to do is you're actually going to just, don't shake the bottle, just pour from the top, okay? And pour the liquid in, and only pour in a teeny bit, just a teeny bit of this, because you want to use it right away, because you'll lose those ions in the Merigen within a half an hour. So just put in a, let's say 20 drops, and then let's nebulize that, okay? Just to start. Try these things out. I'm going to tell you something. That's the holy grail of healing, guys. Okay, so let's talk now about C60, MCT, and hemp oil. Okay, first of all, these are the 2 best oils when you're using C60. Now, how many people have heard about C60? Well, I hope you know that it is the highest vibrating molecule on planet Earth. Now, there's a big claim, but understand something. It's 250 times stronger than vitamin C. Now, did you also know that it is the leading product being used for, the C thing and the B thing? And now you're going to say to yourself, well, Dr. Wolfe, why are you introducing this on a fast. Because if somebody actually takes an oil in, okay, wouldn't that turn on the digestive tract? Well, not if they held the C60 MCT or the hemp oil underneath their tongue until it was emulsified by the enzymes in the mouth and it was watered right down. Now, why would we use C60 on an advanced water fast? Well, I'm going to tell you why. You would only sip with it though. You would sip with it throughout the day. Just little sips, that's all. Put it under your tongue, let it totally dissolve with the salivary glands in your mouth. And here's the deal. We know that C60 is the highest vibrational molecule. We know that it helps to repair damage in the brain, which helps then to restore the eyesight. But guess what? C60 will go anywhere in the body and repair damage. And understand something, C60 is being touted, okay, touted as the most powerful nutraceutical that you can take today. Now, here's the deal. 90% of all C60 on the market is fraudulent. Why is it? Well, the C60 that's actually made is coming out of China. And there's people that use sunflower oil, safflower oil, olive oil, but nothing works better than pure organic hemp oil or MCT oil. And MCT C60 is the oil that holds more C60 than any other oil, and the C60 MCT oil, which is coconut oil, well, actually, skincare is beyond belief. If you take a look there, Beyond Beauty Skincare, that's our C60. It comes in a pump. And understand this. Do you know how many people come to us and they've got eczema, they've got psoriasis, they've got other skin conditions, whether they've got melanoma or they've got just red inflammation, they've got hives all the time, they've got different types of allergies in their skin. And when we do the advanced water fast and we apply the C60 on the skin, and when we just take small sips throughout the day, microdosing, you'll never turn on your digestive tract. And wait till you see the difference. If you've got people that have things like Alzheimer's, dementia, people that have bipolar, if you have people that have just problems with their memory, if you have people with neurological diseases, you want to do the advanced water fast products, but understand we would also want to kick in the C60, okay? So, here it is. It is one of my favorite products. Whether you want to believe this or not, I talked about it earlier. I used to wear prescription glasses. Between sipping on C60 MCT oil halfway through the day, and then I would kick in the C60 hemp oil, just sipping on it and wearing these Tesla glasses that have C60 in the lenses. They're called Tesla eyewear. And also using bright eyes and using infinite iodine in my eyes, I was able to turn around the health of my eyes and the health of my brain. So this is something that you can kick into your advanced water fasting or not. That's an absolute choice, and you'll decide. And like I said, get a perfect day consultation and then talk to your guide, talk to your coach, or you can give me a call. I'm extension 5. All right, let's move on. Now, products to support your advanced water fast in skin conditions like I was just saying are, believe it or not, infinite iodine, because we know it kills infection. We know it can kill eczema, it can create an environment to bring down eczema, psoriasis, okay, any type of other skin irritation. Frankincense is something else. MCT oil, hemp oil, they're both good on the skin. Silver bullet gel, okay, DMSO gel and DMSO rose cream. And guess what? What we do is, let's say you had a skin condition like eczema or psoriasis, and eczema is just the little brother to psoriasis because there is only one disease, and that's being out of alignment. Out of alignment here first, because all disease is epigenetic, not genetic. So we need to get that. And people won't get that because they've been programmed not to believe that, so they don't take massive personal action in their own life. But if you had a skin condition, I would get yourself a clapper like you see in the picture, and I would clap even right on the eczema, right on the psoriasis, okay, until there was maybe a little bit of blood or a little bit of pus coming out. I would take the silver bullet gel And what I would do is take the silver bullet gel, a fair bit of it, and I would take a little bit of the DMSO gel, and I would mix that into the silver bullet gel, and I'd put in a few drops of the MCT oil. That's my favorite choice before the hemp oil, C60. And then I'd put in just a few drops of frankincense, okay? All right, but first I would spray infinite iodine on the eczema psoriasis, and then I would mix the concoction I just told you, and I would put that right on, and I would put a layer of that silver bullet gel and the rest of the ingredients right on the eczema psoriasis. And you can actually, if you wanted, you could wrap that, just, you know, use like a cheesecloth or cotton. You could wet it and then wrap it and just leave it there so it just soaks in. All right, and I'm going to tell you something. Wait till you see what happens to your skin. All right, but like I said, get yourself a perfect day consultant. That's what you want to get. Let's move on. All right, ultimate coffee enema. Okay. Oh, we'll go back just for a second to the slide, and we always put a little sprinkle of the black diamond. Okay. Nanohumic fulvic in there as well because of the nutrient delivery and because it can suck up so much toxins, all right? So you can sprinkle in as much as you want. None of this is toxic when you go to create this preparation for your skin, all right? So let's talk about the ultimate coffee enema. Now you can go to my do-it-yourself guide, and in the do-it-yourself guide, you're gonna see how to do the ultimate coffee enema, so please check that out. Now understand something, you could do a coffee enema and not an ultimate coffee enema, but the reality is when you use black gold and tummy love and you use organic green coffee to do your coffee enema, you will be able to purge and cleanse your liver. Did you hear me? So if you've got cirrhosis of the liver, you've got inflammation of the liver, you're very toxic or you have no energy, okay, or you just feel very lethargic, remember something, most people don't know it, but the only thing that will clean the liver is the ultimate coffee enema to do it right. Now, if you don't want to use the tummy love and the black gold, which is the way I would go, some people don't want to do all that work, but we explain how to do it, then what you can do is you can just make your coffee, boil your coffee, and then you strain it, and then you can put one stick of the black diamond into the coffee ingredients, or you can put just one little scoop of the black diamond into your enema coffee. Now understand something, it's called a portal vein. It's only up as far as where your finger is. So about the length of your finger, it's called a portal vein. When you do a coffee enema, what happens is the coffee goes in there, the caffeine, and it triggers the liver to actually purge and to detoxify. Now, let's say you just did a coffee enema and you didn't use the black gold or the tummy love or you just use the black diamond. What'll happen is you don't want to do a coffee enema for more than 15 minutes because you're going to be detoxifying the liver. It's going to come into the large intestine. But when you do the way we do it, we're actually feeding the good bacteria. We're actually using the black gold and the tummy love to suck up the toxins, to help fortify the good bacteria, okay, and to not reabsorb any of the toxic waste from the liver through the large intestine back into your bloodstream. It makes all the difference in the world. So please go to, again, the do-it-yourself guide in my library and watch how to do an ultimate coffee enema. Now, next, we're going to talk about vaginal and rectal vibration and suppositories, okay? So here's the deal. So we have what's called 250 milligram CBD suppositories, okay? And they can be used vaginally and they can be used rectally. Now understand, when you take CBD orally, you're gonna absorb about 15%. When you do CBD, okay, vaginally or rectally, you're gonna absorb 60%. You see the difference? Now, vaginally, it's quite easy to do it, and believe it or not, women, if you were to do the CBD, because what does CBD do? It brings down inflammation. It can also reduce pain. It can also create a calm in the body so the tissues can heal in these areas. But when you do it vaginally, it goes through everywhere. When you do it rectally, it'll even go to the liver. Okay, so CBD does not create any type of high or anything like that. Just a calmness. Now, men, you're not going to like this. Women, you're not so bad with it because you're used to more things like this. But men or women, you can, if you've got like vaginal problems, anything in the vagina, men, if you've got problems with your prostate or your bladder, if you do a rectal vibrator, which you see up in the corner there, that black thing, you would put moringa oil on it, because that's the best oil to put inside. It's the most nutritious. And you put that in for 1 to 3 minutes vibrating. What would that do? That would gorge the area with blood, so bring up the circulation. Then you would put the CBD suppository in, okay? And you can order these, but you'll have to call. You will not be able to get these unless you phone in. We have these for people if they call into the office. Now, CBD suppositories will go in, and then it'll take about 20 minutes to melt and then go into the body. All right? And like I said, you could do a CBD suppository in the vagina, or you could do it in the rectum. Now, why would you do it? Well, if you had any type of bowel problems, rectal problems, if you had prostate problems, bladder problems, if women had ovarian cysts, if they had endometriosis, fibroids, infertility, or just painful pelvic area, all of these things, okay? All right, let's move on. So let's talk about vaginal and rectal infusion. Now, go take a look at my do-it-yourself guide and go look at the vaginal infusion video that's in there, okay? You can also get the information out of the Perfect Day guide if you got the Perfect Day consultation, or your master guide coach will go over that with you. Now, we're using the silver bullet gel, we're using the fulvic nano drops, we're using a little bit of iodine, okay? We can use MCT C60, a few drops of the C60 MCT or the hemp oil, okay? And you can even use 1 to 2 drops of CBD oil if you want, in with the silver bullet gel. Now, some people will even mix a little bit of the black diamond in there to suck up a lot of the acidity and to deliver more nutrition. But if you put in the black diamond, it liquefies it. So, and then also you'd have to put a pad there for anybody who is going to do it rectally or vaginally. So, or you're going to have your bum up in the air, your head down, and to let it really soak in, okay? Or else you might just, because like I said, it does liquefy it. But take a look in the Perfect Day guide, and we explain how to do a vaginal infusion. And for men, we're talking about rectal infusion. Just think, if you put a lot of nutrition into the rectum, do you think you're going to absorb it through the bowel wall into the prostate area? Absolutely. So our intention, if we do it rectally, is to heal anything in the large intestine, and to also heal the prostate, the bladder, or even anything in the pelvic area, because it will nourish the tissues in the pelvic area. So again, please go to the do-it-yourself guide, and right in there, we talk about how to do a vaginal infusion, and you can mix the same thing to do a rectal infusion, all right? Now with the rectal infusion, you're gonna use you can use an ear syringe, or you could use a larger syringe with just a very flexible tube that you would put the moringa oil on to put into the rectum. And then you would do similar as we talk about it in the video, in the do-it-yourself guide for vaginal infusion. Next one, please. Belly button therapy, nerve activation. So understand something, everybody. You need to get this. Again, in my do-it-yourself guide, go in and take a look at the belly button therapy, how to do the technique. That's the purple thing that you see there. And it's right here. There it is. And you're just going to put that into your belly button. That's the most important button to push. And all you got to do is within 5 minutes to 7 minutes, you'll put yourself into a complete parasympathetic state. And when you start doing this, if you bring your temperature up by 1 degree, that will kill infection. If you bring it up 2 degrees, it will actually help to reverse cancer cells. This is not me saying it, this is science. And when you're doing the belly button therapy, you're stimulating the longest, most important nerve in the body, called the wandering nerve, called the vagus nerve, that puts you into a parasympathetic state, that puts you into a healing state. If you don't believe me, Then I want you to do the belly button. I want you to do some stretching exercises just to test, and then do the belly button therapy for 5 to 7 minutes, and then you'll have about a 20 to 25% more stretch in your body. That's because chemicals and hormones move at the speed of light, and your belly button triggers all of this to happen. Okay? Now, after you do that, then what you'll do is you'll put 1 to 2 drops of frankincense. Okay, that's our best frankincense. If you don't want the best one, just put frankincense oil in there, 1 to 2 drops, and then 1 to 2 drops of CBD oil, and you will stimulate 50 to 70,000 nerve endings to help your healing. Try this out. You'll be very surprised. Let me know what you think. Let's move on. Okay, so the Doc of Detox Clapper, all right? We've talked about it a couple times, but then again, just go to the do-it-yourself guide, please. And if you want to purchase any of these other things and tools, they're in body care in our website. Now, here's the situation. It took us about 1.5 to 2 years to actually make a clapper that we really liked. This is called a chopper, this is called a chipper, this side is rough, this side's smooth. I will clap my neck, my face, my head for 1 hour to 1 hour and 20 minutes every second day. Now, go into Clapping for Health, Clapping for Life in my Doc of Detox library, and you can watch all the clapping videos. I've got a few of them. And go take a look at the one that's clapping your lungs and heart for health. This here is your heart and lung meridian right here. You wouldn't wear any clothes. You're gonna go in and clap here. Do me a favor, and no clothes. Let me see you clap like this for 5 to 10 minutes. Most of you, it won't be red. It'll be purple, black. It'll even have these black bumps and brown and green. And understand something. This does not bruise you. Do you know why people bruise? They bruise because they have blood contamination, lymph contamination, and they have tissue disintegration happening in here. And all you're doing is bringing the inflammation, bringing the infection to the surface. So whatever the colors are, the clapper didn't create it. It just stirred it up, and it's bringing out these problems, you know, the issues in your tissues. So I really need you to get this. This is one of the most powerful things you can do, okay? Once you purchase it, it's never gonna wear out. And understand something. Did you ever hear somebody saying, I didn't even hit anything and I woke up and I was bruised? Well, that's because that person is rotten to the core and they are decomposing in front of your eyes. And it happens to the very sick, and it happens to the elderly, yes or no? So the worse the circulation, the more physical blocks you're gonna have of displaced calcium, crystallization, and scar tissue. And the more that circulation decreases, the less oxygen and nutrition that those cells are gonna get, and the more decomposed they're gonna become. And understand something, remove the issues in your tissues by removing the physical blocks in your body, okay? So check that out. And you can do this any time of day, morning and night, but understand, when you're doing the fasting and you've got a painful joint or a pain somewhere, you're gonna clap it. You're gonna clap it out. You're gonna get it out of there. Clap until the pain is gone. You're not gonna hurt yourself. And people are going, I don't wanna hurt myself, I'm always in pain. Well, you're always in pain because you're running away from pain, and nobody's ever taught you how to understand that pain is your friend, not your enemy. So the reality is once you know and how to master pain and you become the master of it, you get to live the life that you've always wanted. Next. All right, so let's talk about skin brushing. It's one of the most amazing things you can do. Our skin brush is made out of cactus fiber, okay? And the wood part is made out of hemp. All right, you can see these in body care, but start skin brushing where the sun's coming in, it'll look like there's a snowfall. That's all the dead skin. What do you think all the dust is in the house? Everything's about circulation. Your skin is the largest organ in your body. So what you want to do is, you want to what? What do you want to do? Well, why don't you skin brush? And then after skin brush, why don't you clap the area of concern, whether it's varicose veins, spider veins, whether it's a muscle that's in spasm, whether it's you've got dry, wrinkled skin. I mean, you can reverse this. Listen to me. We will have people coming to us that have had chemo many times over and radiation, and they look like they could be 200 years old. And then when they start skin brushing, doing salt glows, or going to the beach and doing a sand glow, and after they've been here for you know, for 2 weeks or longer. Like Serena, who you've seen her maybe on my videos, when she came, she'll tell you her skin looked like she could be 100 and some years old or 150 years old. Her skin is beautiful. She went through radiation, she went through chemo. It is just gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She turned her life around. You could do this too. So, skin brushing, go take a look in my Healthy to 100 book, as you can see. And what I want you to do, okay, go to my Healthy to 100 book and look at skin brushing and read it over and tell me what you think, okay? All right? Now, let's move on to the next one. So, additional therapies like Epsom salt scrub. This is easy. This is in my book as well. So in under skincare at the back, beautiful skin. If you don't want to buy the book, it's only $15. But if you don't want to buy it, then what you should do is download the PDF that's in my library, and it's in English and it's also in Spanish. Okay? As in my whole website is in English and Spanish. All right. So what you do is you buy Epsom salts. We used to go and buy like a 10-pound container of Epsom salts, put it into a Tupperware container. Then we would wet it down, okay, with structured water. We get you can just use water if you want, but we use structured water. Then we would put the essential oils of Muscle Restore. I love that. I'd put lots of that in, and I'd mix it up. And then what you do is you get into your shower, get one of those little white stools. You grab the Epsom salts, and then what you do is you get the Epsom salts and you do every joint in your body. You scrub your hands, you scrub your wrists, your arms, around your joints. You scrub every part of your body, even your face, even your breasts, even your groin. You do every part of your body and wait until you see how you feel. You're absorbing magnesium, you're getting rid of dead skin cells, increasing circulation, moving your lymph. There's so much you're doing, but you can read about it, like I said, in my Healthy to 100 book. Then we have what's called Cocoa Salt Glow. Next. Cocoa Salt Glow is also in the back part in skincare in the Healthy to 100. But with the Cocoa Salt Glow, you're going to take Epsom salts, wet it down to the consistency of sand. If you use 10 pounds of Epsom salts, you're going to take 1 pound of coconut oil and you're going to mix that in. And then you can mix in your Muscle Restore, whatever essential oil you want. Then what you would do is you would skin brush first, okay? Then you're going to go in, and what are you going to do? Well, you're going to have a shower and shower that, and then you're going to take the Cocoa Salt Glow. Now it's got coconut oil in it, Epsom salts, Muscle Restore, and what are you going to do? You're going to scrub your whole body. Then you're going to shower that. You're going to shower, get the Epsom salts off, and you're going to come out and you're already moisturized. Try that one out. You may like it. The next one I want to talk about is Cayenne Salt Scrub. Now this one, you're just going to take 1 cup of Epsom salts, wet it down to the consistency of wet sand, like we've been doing throughout. And then you're going to take 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and mix it in. Mix it in really good. Then you're going to use that just on, you know, those love handles, maybe that tire that's sticking out a little bit, or you're going to use it on scar tissue, or you're going to use it maybe if you have like bunion. Maybe you're going to use it on the cesarean scar a little bit and scrub it, but only do areas. You're not going to do a whole arm or something, because then it'll all heat up. And understand, it really works on cellulite. So it helps with getting the circulation back into scar tissue. It works with neuropathy, but only do the areas that are numb, okay? It works on, even if you had like a joint, you would just use a little bit and go really work that into that joint area, especially if you have really bad like rheumatoid osteoarthritis. Just use a little bit, and then you could use maybe after that a little bit of DMSO gel. So it'll burn a little bit, but the reality is what we want to do is we want to move things out: scar tissue, crystallization, circulation. So if you have a few little fat areas, you're not going to, if you're overweight everywhere, please do not do that. You will not like this. But if you use the Cayenne Salt Scrub on just smaller areas, okay, of the body, okay, 1 or 2 areas, see how you feel. But if you do that, let's say you did the Cayenne Salt Scrub once a week, watch how it turns cellulite around, okay? Next. So Benefits of moving. Well, it improves circulation, stimulates lymphatic drainage, increases oxygenation, balances hormones, reduces stress and anxiety, improves mood and happiness, enhances mental clarity, and improves memory. Every day I try to go swimming for 40 minutes to an hour. I really do. Okay, and today I'm going to go biking. So the reality is exercise is important, but when you're doing the fast, please understand something. Do not over-exercise. Be very peaceful, very gentle. Don't exhaust yourself, okay, because your body's really working hard. Let's talk about pelvic expander technique. Everybody, the gentleman's name is Dean Cellular. He's one of my master practitioners, and he's in the United States, and he makes the pelvic expanders there. And then in Canada, Welton Kleinsasser, he makes them, and he's out of Manitoba. Now, you see the pelvic expander? You've got one leg up, you got one leg down. The leg down, you might have a stool under that because some people might feel like their pelvis is going to tear open. Okay, because most people have so much scar tissue, displaced calcium, crystallization in their pelvis. The majority of the population, their pelvis is rotten to the core. And this is where people do not understand, but they've been pooping in their pelvis forever and a day. Okay, I can get down and I can do any of the pelvic squats, and I can do it just as easy as any 18-year-old. So the reality is this: if you can't do the pelvic expander and let your leg hang down, and it feels like you're going to tear out, just know that you're probably going to have a cane, which you'll go to a walker, to a wheelchair, to the nursing home. Understand something. When we stopped squatting to go to the bathroom and we started sitting on toilets, they took away our power. When women started giving birth by laying down and not squatting, they took away their power. So every time we'd squat, we'd open up our pelvis, which would open up our root chakra, which would open up the energy in our pelvis. Understand something. Women more than men, your pelvis better be healthy. Okay, because think about this. 49% of all women drip urine into their panties throughout the day. Think about this one. Most women will be fighting with bladder infections throughout their life. Ovarian cysts, endometriosis, fibroids, infertility, okay? It just keeps going on, doesn't it? All right, so we need to really respect this area, open it up. So take a look at the video on pelvic expander technique in my do-it-yourself guide, okay, in my library. All right, so let's talk about pelvic activation squats. These squats I put together a long time ago, and these squats will save your life. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, the pelvic activation squats, the crab stretch, which we'll talk about next, but let's just stay at the pelvic activation squat for now, please. The pelvic activation squat, there's only 3 of them. Start off gentle. If you have to hold on to a table, don't go all the way down. Don't hurt yourself. Gentle baby steps. Each and every day will get you there. And if you want to know how to do them, go to the do-it-yourself guide in my library. Okay, do-it-yourself guide in my library at docofdetox.com. And then take a look at the crab stretch. The crab stretch is something else that I came up with. Can we take a look at the crab stretch? The crab stretch, okay, these are the moves. Take a look at this and understand something. Now with the pelvic activation squats, we opened up the whole lower part of the body, the whole lower back. With the crab stretch, we've done the middle back, the upper back, we've done our neck, we've opened up our chest, we've also stretched our arms out. Please, take this serious. If you do the pelvic squats and you do the crab stretch once to twice a day and you do them right, it's going to change your life. Okay, so please go to the do-it-yourself guide again and watch the crab stretch. Let's go on to the 4 self-loving steps. We talked about it earlier. Lionheart breathing, love band, life band, okay? Mirror work, and couples, personal, and love connection. So first of all, Lionheart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. See how often you can do this throughout the day, and try to remind yourself to do it. You know, the Braveheart love band, this is a kiss, this is a hug, snug as a hug. Guess what? I start to get a thought where I start to get depressed or get anxiety or I start to worry. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Why do you do that? Because when you go 3, 2, 1, you're counting backwards. It keeps you in your conscious mind so you don't fall back into your subconscious and then run programs that aren't yours. Understand something. Yes, I know there's many different emotions that people have, but guess what? I've already tried them all. You know, when you go to a buffet, do you eat all the food you don't like? Well, I'm not going to do the emotions that I don't like. I'm going to stick with the ones I do like. So I'm going to go 3, 2, and I got this. And I understand, when I first came up with this, I used to have a hairband here. I would bust a hairband probably every 3 to 4 days. I was snapping this continually, all right? And that's because I knew I had to change my life, because it wasn't my life, because it wasn't my thoughts, it wasn't my beliefs. They were given to me, okay, while I was in my mother's womb. When I came out of my mother's womb, my parents loved me the best they could, but I needed to get rid of some of those beliefs. And then I went to school where I was ruled, schooled, and fooled. So if you don't want to do something like this, then you've got one bumpy road ahead of you. That's all I'm going to say. A really bumpy road. So please go into the 4 Self-Loving Steps guide in my library, and you want to check out the Lion Heart Breathing, the Love Band, Life Band. You want to start doing the mirror work, because guess what? When's the last time that you looked in your eyes for more than just 2 seconds to see if your hair was there or your makeup was done? Did you ever look in your eyes for 10 minutes or even 2 minutes and connect to the Lion Heart Breathing, put a slight smile on and say, I love you so much, I will love and protect you, respect you, and honor you? And you should be doing that when you get in your car to adjust your mirror. Before you get out of the car to go in the house, you should return to unconditional love before you go back into the house. You should be working all the time to become the real you, the authentic you, the love you. Okay, and then there's the loving step number 9. Please go read about it, the couple's personal connection. Couples, they run from this one. But after they do it one time, they're either in tears or they go, my gosh, I love you so much. And if you were to do a couple's connection or even a personal connection and you did it every night for 33 days, your life would be changed for the rest of your life, because you would be going in and getting rid of all of the fraudulent self that wasn't you, that was implanted in you, and that's why we're in this mess today. Let's move on. Tesla glasses, I've talked about them a few times. They'll change your life. There's so much blue light poisoning. Blue light poisoning is worse than 5G. I hope you know that. I hope you know that 10,000 teenagers are getting cataracts per day now because of blue light poisoning. Why do you think everybody has eye problems? Why do you think everybody has brain problems? Why do you think everybody's getting headaches? You can't be on a computer or watching TV or looking at your phone continually or going in places with LED lighting all the time and not think you're not going to be poisoned. When you put these on, it's all over. You could be on a computer all day, you can watch a movie, you can look at your phone, because these are the only glasses with C60 in them that are going to convert the blue light into non-toxic light and frequency and actually heal your brain and heal your eyes. And I can promise it because the science is all on my website. Tesla glasses. For those of you that are going through the fasting, please try to take the time, the water fasting, please take the time to try to do, if you've got a Bioptron and an Avicin, please make sure, I need the Bioptron and Avicin, okay? Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to talk about it. Just leave it there.
Yeah, leave it.
Leave it there. So let's move on and talk about Bioptron and Avicin, okay? So those of you who do have a Bioptron and Avicin, just know one thing. You want to use this as often as possible. Bioptron is the only full spectrum light in the world. Bioptron with a fluorine lens will go down right into the bone, okay? It will flood the whole body with light, every cell, in 2 minutes. If you shine it on your feet, it will balance every meridian in the body in 2 minutes. If you on your face, it'll put light in every cell in 2 minutes. That's how powerful a Bioptron light is. It's 27 years old, but nobody has ever invented a light that will outshine this, okay? This light will make you feel happy. It'll put you at ease, and it heals things deep down to the bone, and it's unbelievable for skin conditions, unbelievable for people who get depressed and have seasonal depression. So the Avicin, now that is amazing. It is the device that creates 66% increase in microcirculation in the human body. No other device is even close. As close as it gets is 33%. And Avicen, you put your hand in it, and let me tell you something, 3 out of 4 people fall asleep because it puts you into a parasympathetic healing state. For people who cannot heal, people who cannot relax, people who cannot rest, people with bad circulation in their body, think about that. Every time you put your hand in and you do a session, you're increasing your microcirculation by 66%. And understand something, your veins and your arteries make up your macro circulation, which is 24%, right? No, 26%. And your microcirculation is 74%, which is the most important part of you. You have to look at your arteries and veins as the highways, and then you've got to look at the side streets that get to all the houses as your microcirculation. And when you've got trouble with your veins and arteries, your microcirculation is in big trouble. So understand that. Okay, let's move on. Just so everybody knows, we have what's called vitamin D light. And just understand something. In Mexico, where we are here, we have enough sunlight and vitamin D coming to us. But every day, I still do my vitamin D light with crystal energy. Do you know what I'm talking about? We have pure crystal panels that are on the front of this vitamin D light. Go take a look at my website at Vitamin D Light. A vitamin D light is around $1,300. And then the crystal panels, believe it or not, we're not going to carry them anymore. Okay, but I will tell you a story. So what you do is we sell crystal panels that you can put in front of the vitamin D light. You buy 2 of them. Okay? I can't sell crystal panels anymore. And I'll tell you why, because everything has gone through the roof. So crystal panels, when we used to get them made for us overseas, okay, they were costing us, and we were selling them for $2,400. Now, they want $3,200 for a set of crystal panels. Now, everything has gone ridiculous. So right now, we have 10 sets of crystal panels left that we will sell with vitamin D lights, but I can't order any more. And if anybody wants the crystal panels, we were selling them to our master trainers, okay, for $1,600. So I have 10 sets left. They're $1,600 for the set. The vitamin D light is around $1,400, I think. So you can take a look on my website. But I will tell you a story. The gentleman who actually made the Tesla movie, he put in the crystal panel on the vitamin D light, but only on half of his body. Okay, so in 3 months, guess what? The bottom part of his body had muscle tone. The top part of his body didn't. Now, vitamin D light, we know that vitamin D is not a vitamin. Vitamin D is not a vitamin. It is a hormone regulator, immunomodulator, and it's the most important thing you can do. And if you live in northern United States, in Canada, you're only getting about maybe 2 weeks of vitamin D a year. Everybody thinks you're getting it because the sun's out. So vitamin D deficiency is one of the worst problems. And also when it comes to COVID, vitamin D is one of the things that fights COVID better than anything else. That's not me, that's science. Now, so take a look on my website. You'll never regret it getting a vitamin D light. And for those who want to get the crystal panels, just knowing this, that we only have 10 sets left and they're $1,800 a set, okay? So check it out. If it's something that you want, give me a call at extension 5. Now, let's move on. I just wanted to talk about this because it's quite phenomenal. We have trainers throughout the world. Just know that we are sellers of the Cellsonic. Cellsonic is an energy medicine device that puts out 25,000 volts in a love harmonic. That's right. So think about it. You couldn't put your finger into 120 volt. You could probably get a heart attack or a stroke. But this is 25,000 volts. This has the capability to actually crumble displaced calcium so that we can get it back into the body with ionic calcium therapy. This has the ability to actually help 2 bones come together and grow that couldn't grow. This actually will take a spine that's been cut and actually help the nerve endings to come together again. But what it does with everyone is wherever you use it, it actually helps to crack the shell of the calcium that's wrapped around the mitochondria. And your mitochondria is in every cell. And that makes the ATP. And what happens is when a cell becomes damaged or sick or inflamed, it gets calcified, and then it only spins like 300 maybe to 500 revolutions per second. When we actually use the cell sonic, it will actually cause the mitochondria to spin 2,500 revolutions per second, which means that it will make maximum ATP. A person that's 75 kilograms needs to make 85 kilograms of ATP a day. Think about that one. And that's how you stay healthy. Now understand something, Cell Sonic is the most powerful energy medicine device in the world. And we are doing more miraculous things here than I've ever seen in my whole life when we're using non-surgical and we're using the Cell Sonic. Of course, we have our juice bar here. We got people doing the exercises. We got them doing the supplements we talked about. We got them on the perfect day diet. But understand something. I want to tell you something. The human body will heal when you take massive personal action. When we get somebody that has a calcified part of their body, or they might have a calcified, let's say, growth in the body, okay, we will use the Cell Sonic first to help to break the calcium bond. And then we'll go in and do non-surgical. When somebody comes to us with a fibroid, or it's mainly a scar tissue fibroid or tumor, or they've got scar tissue throughout their muscles, we will first go do the Wolfe Non-Surgical, which is an elbow technique, and lovingly pull the scar tissue apart so the blood can come in, the lymph can come in, the energy can come in, and instantaneously it starts turning back into connective tissue. And then we go and use the Cell Sonic on it. Yeah. Now we're talking about miracles, because I did tell you that all pain, all swelling, all redness, all stiffness in the body is from a block. I did tell you this, didn't I? And that's the God's truth. So if a practitioner is not turning the scar tissue back into connective tissue, not getting the calcium back into the bones, or melting the crystallization, what are they doing? And this is why people will come here and get rid of their cane, their walker, their wheelchair. And I'm not just making that up. They do it because they took massive personal action. Just as you unconsciously put yourself in that wheelchair, you can consciously get yourself out. And I'm not telling you everybody, but I'm telling you that we have been sold a fraudulent story, and that's where we change it. So let's just review a little bit. So now let's go back to this. So now we're doing the perfect day diet for 2 weeks. Then we're going to start the 6-day advanced water fast, where we're just going to be doing water. And with that, we will be doing some of the nutraceutical products that we talked about through this video. And just know this, that if you find it complicated, you can go back and re-watch it, or for $150, you're going to get a perfect day consult. They're going to go through all your fasting questions, go through everything about yourself with your case history, send you the audio. You can call your guide, your coach, your master consultant as often as you want for the rest of your life. I'm not making that up. This is all about supporting you to be successful. So if you don't want to do the perfect day diet, I get it. You can just do the 6-day advanced water fast. You can do it for 1 day. You can do it for 8 days. You can do it for 10 days. Do it for whatever you want. But remember something. We want to make sure that if we're doing it, that we do things like the salt water in the morning. We're drinking the water throughout the day. That it's warm to hot water. All of these things help. If you don't want to do it and you drink colder water, it's not going to be as good. We want to make sure that our bowels are moving. We want to make sure if we could wrap our head around it and do the ultimate coffee enema at least once a day. Look at, and then check in with us. So go back through, watch this, or go read the 6-day advanced water fasting guide in my library. But let's say that you did 6 days of the advanced water fast. Well, whatever you do, if it was 6 days, then you're going to do 3 days to come out of the fast. So that means in ending the fast, well, how would you end it? Well, you would end it first by warming up your veggie broth, like here on the slide, your veggie broth or your bone broth, and you're going to take a straw and you're going to sip on that. And you're going to do that until noon the first day. Then you can kick it in the afternoon with organic celery juice. So remember, you can drink as much as you want, but don't guzzle, because you're saying, hello, digestive tract, let's get started. We're going to come back into the perfect day diet, and then we're going to come back to eating. So be gentle, be slow, warm it up, sip it through a straw, okay, or sip it gently, put it in your mouth, move it around in your mouth just for the first glass or so. Move it around your mouth, get the saliva mixed with it, and then drink it gently, drink it slowly. It'll be hard to do that because your body's going to go, gimme, gimme, gimme. But just relax, okay? So organic veggie broth or organic bone broth, or you could use both of them if you want. I'm just an organic veggie broth guy myself. And then, like I said, start kicking it in later in the morning and then do at least a liter, okay? 16 ounces to a liter of organic celery juice. And you can still do all the nutraceuticals that we talked about. You can still do the saltwater flush in the morning. Do you understand? So you're going to keep everything going. The only thing that changes is now you're introducing these 3 drinks. Now, let's move on to the next slide. If you were in Mexico or somewhere else that has fresh coconuts, guess what you can do? If you can do organic celery juice, or you could do coconut juice, coconut water, I should say, and you could do celery juice, organic bone broth, organic veggie broth, or you could do coconut water. You can do all of them if you'd like. But we want to start off with the first day of coming out of that water fast, that advanced water fast, and we're going to come into organic veggie broth or organic bone broth or both, and we're going to take it and we're going to sip it and we're going to be very loving to ourselves. Did you get that? So if you went in 6 days, you're going to take 3 days of that, and you can still do all the other things that you were doing in the 6 days, okay? After that 3 days, then guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be coming into the perfect day diet. Anyways, can I show you the next slide? So for all of you that are coming down here, just know that we have what's called the Jungle Juice Bar, and we have the top juicers in the world. They don't make juice, they make nectar. Our one juicer was like $35,000. The other juicer is like $55,000. And what they do is they grind the veggies, okay, so slow and so with care, and then we're talking about thousands of pounds of pressure, squeezes the juice out, okay? You'll see a video on this, and I show videos all the time of all the juice that we sell. We have people coming from all over Ixtapa that come to buy juice from us, even Zihuatanejo, because we do have the best juice going, okay? And we have popsicles made out of fruit there. We have blender drinks, and we have so much more. Let's move on. All right, so here's the deal. Just go in and just go and take a look at the 4 pillars of the perfect day. That's just an overview of the emotional, the nutritional, the nutraceuticals, and the exercise. Just tippy-toe your way in. If you don't want to do this fast, join us for the Q&As, okay? Join us for every time we come on, because guess what? All you got to do is get your subconscious to believe that you're not going to perish when you stop eating. You're not going to perish when you start doing an advanced water fast. You're only going to get healthier and wealthier up in here, because you just don't detox on a physical level, you detox on an emotional level. Next. So, create the perfect day for the rest of your life, okay? And get a consultation. Just go to my website, Doc of Detox, click on consultation, and then go through and pick the consultant that you think that you vibe to, that seems like the person for you, and then get a consultation. And with that, you'll get the Perfect Day Lifestyle Guide in a PDF, or you can purchase the guide at cost from one of our fulfillment centers in Canada or United States, okay? And we ship all over the world, just so you know that. All right, so I want you to go start taking a look at the Doc of Detox library and go take a look at the recipe book there and just start playing around with that and saying, you know what, let's try this perfect day whole plant-based diet. Let's start doing more. Let's start getting more living foods, high vibrational foods in that will nourish me, that will cleanse me, okay? And don't forget, next, go to my library, Doc of Detox, Self-Love, Self-Care Library. It is the most in-depth self-love, self-care library in the world. And it's free. So go to Doc of Detox, click on library, and it's all yours. And know that my website is now in Spanish, okay? All right, so let's talk about Whole Life Coach certification. I just want everybody to understand something. that our whole life coach certification is not just for people who have been practitioners 10, 20, 30 years. It's for people who want to become practitioners. And I promise you that if you don't want to become a practitioner, but you just want to heal yourself emotionally, nutritionally, physically, then you need to take my course. It's 9 days. It's a 9-day course. And then we take usually a 2-day or 1-day break, depends on what country we're teaching it in. And then we come back and we do, if you'll take a look, we do the New World Practitioner, Wolfe Non-Surgical. Can you please, next slide, please? So, Wolfe Non-Surgical certification, which is actually 12 days, okay? So that's a 12-day course. So the two of them together are 22 days. Next slide, please. So if you take a look at this slide, New World Practitioner course, it's 22 days to get certified, but one course, you can open up a business. You have all our support. We'll help you with your website. We'll help you with your marketing, okay? As soon as you take our course, you get 30% off on the products. You also have affiliate link that you can give to people. And guess what? We drop ship for you all over the world, okay? Now, also, if you take the course the second time, it's 30% off. If you take it the third time, it's 30% off. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, this is people that are really serious about becoming certified master practitioners, okay, and actually helping us in the future to go around the world teaching and to actually do personal treatment and trainings, whether it's in your clinic or going to people's homes and doing it, okay? So you might want to take a look at that. This is for the person who says, I want to be the best that I can be, all right? And then becoming a certified master trainer is where you've done 3 trainings with us, and there are other things that you need to accomplish to become that. But you can always check with us if you decide you want to take that journey. So just know we're going to be in McKinney, Texas for a New World Practitioner, August the 25th to September the 15th. So August the 25th to September the 2nd is the Whole Life Coach. Wolfe Non-Surgical is September the 4th to September the 15th. We're only taking 20 people. You can go to braveheartnation.com to check that out. Our next course is going to be in Ixtapa, Mexico, okay? We'll be in Ixtapa, Mexico in September the 10th to October the 2nd, okay? Whole Life Coach from September the 10th to the 18th. Wolfe Non-Surgical September the 21st to October the 2nd. And guess what, everyone? Yep, coming back to Canada. I'll be teaching a New World Practitioner course from September the 24th, October the 15th. Again, only 20 people in this course. September the 24th to October 2nd, Whole Life Coach. Wolfe Non-Surgical, October 4th to October 15th. And only 20 people. Barrie, Ontario is about just over an hour outside of Toronto. And the reason why we did this, because I like it more peaceful. And the place we're doing it, it's totally peaceful. It's not in a hotel where they're going to give me all kinds of restrictions, because who knows what Canada's up to. But we're going to be there, and we'll hope to see you. I'll also be giving a lecture in Texas before I start the course, and also in Canada, in Barrie. I'll be doing a huge lecture if you want to come out just to the lecture and see what I've got to say. Next thing I want to talk about is personalized treatment and training. We have 6 different trainings. I'm not going to go through them all. If you're interested, please go to personalizedtreatmentandtraining.com, okay? Personalizedtreatmentandtraining.com is where you're going to find the manual. You'll also find the manual in my library, and you'll also be able to click on it at braveheartnation.com. Look, we have one that's called Braveheart Family, where we teach a group, a whole family, how to love themselves, love each other, how to learn about eating and diet, how to work on each other with Wolfe Non-Surgical, and how they can all come together as the healing family. We have another one that's called Couples Training and Treatment. It's an emotional, nutritional, and body work. Now, both of these courses are usually 5 to 6 days. The Perfect Pain-Free Pregnancy is 10 days. This is for people that want healthy children, healthy relationships, where they want to have a healthy pregnancy, where the pregnancy and the birth maybe takes 30 to 45 minutes. None of this hours or days thing, because you're so contracted from scar tissue, displaced calcium, crystallization, and fear. We're going to show you how to get rid of the fear. We're going to show you how to have a healthy baby, how to have a healthy relationship. Now that one is 10 days long. And we can either come to you or you can come to us, and that we'll travel anywhere around the world to teach these. Just like we'll come anywhere around the world to certify practitioners or clinics, okay? We also have one that's called Athletic Deep Tissue Bodywork Training, and this is actually for trainers, okay, that are actually teaching people how to get physically fit, go figure. Most of them don't even know how to do that because most trainers are actually injuring their people that they're trying to train. But how would it be if somebody said, oh, I pulled my shoulder, oh my God, my shoulder, my neck, my knee, my hip, and what if you could go in 5 minutes and release that scar tissue, release that knot so that they don't tear it out? This is what we can teach you. And then whole body joint restoration, we have a lot of chiropractors, we have a lot of massage therapists that just want to go in and find out how to get rid of the scar tissue, how to get rid of the calcium, bring complete range of motion back to any joint. Okay, so these are the things that we do, but anybody can take our trainings. You know what? Anybody can take our trainings. And anybody can afford our trainings. And the reality is all made to look hard, and you were made to look stupid. And guess what? It's the other way around. You are not stupid. You are smart. And the practitioner you've been looking for is you. So if you have any questions, you can join me as you take a look at this slide every Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, I will be answering questions on courses, treatments, and trainings. All right? So you can email me too at nwp@docofdetox.com. All right, and we will send you a Zoom link, okay? A Zoom link that you can join us and every Thursday at 5 o'clock, or just come on Facebook or just come on YouTube and you can ask your questions there. Thank you. Let's move on to the next. So that's my book, Healthy to 100. It's $15, or you can download it for free in English or Spanish from my library at docofdetox.com. So it's all about total self-love, guys, because until you totally love yourself, you will never know what total freedom is. This is a slave planet until you unconditionally love yourself. One law, one love, and that's what it's all about. Please go check out my 4 self-loving steps. Okay, we've already talked about that. Go take a look at that in my library. Dig in deep. And if you have a partner, dig in deep together. Learn how to fly together. First, love yourself to love each other. And if you want to take my A to Z Wellness Masterclass, which is worth almost $1,000, then just go to docofdetox.com, click on Masterclass, put in Wolfe Non-Surgical, and guess what? Now you found out why you don't have to get old on a physical level. Okay, now do you want to know how not to get old on an emotional level? I'll give you my Braveheart Emotional Intelligence Awakening course. Go to Doc of Detox again, click in Masterclass, and then put in the word Braveheart free. You got that course for free too. That's almost another $1,000. So take massive personal action because it equals self-healing. All right, the only permanent health care is self-care. The only permanent love is self-love. To rise to your full potential, you first have to love yourself. One law, one love, unconditional self-love is the only way. And once we become that way, we can teach that to our friends, our family. We can become the light that we've been seeking. Let me finish with this, my Braveheart oath. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I'm healed, I'm Braveheart. I just want to thank everyone for letting me come on and for joining me, and I hope to earn your trust. But understand something. People must earn your trust. Okay, they must earn your trust. Trust no one, but try to unconditionally love yourself and everyone else. But protect yourself, respect yourself, and honor yourself. And when I say don't trust anyone, it's because people don't trust themselves until they are themselves. And until they know unconditional love for themselves, then what are they doing? They can only give what they are. And today I'm giving you my heart, and I'm telling you that you need to fill your heart first and foremost. God bless. Thanks for joining us. 3, 2, 1. You got this, Braveheart. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolfe and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolfe, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolfe and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul, and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolfe's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolfe gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half-truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.